We've got some breaking news coming from Iran. It's reported that the Iranian president potentially had a plane crash, not a plane crash, a helicopter crash near the Azerbaijan border. We're not sure if this is true. We've got many sources saying that it may have crashed or hard landed, or the president has made it safely to the airport where it landed. We are not sure. I'm literally just getting this about 3 minutes before it came out. So the Iranian president can be potentially dead, or he could be very like critical condition, or this could be like a whole thing that's it was actually a big misunderstanding because apparently there's been some really bad weather there. It's very foggy, and they couldn't spot their helicopter, and they believe that it has crashed or hard landed. So we'll just see where this goes. I'll keep you updated on it. By the time of my next episode, I will tell you for sure about it. So like and subscribe really quickly, and I'll get back to you on the next video. Hello everybody, it is Non-Scene News here, and today we've got some breaking news coming from the world and especially from Ukraine. First, let's just start as well as always. We're going to start with the political events. So, right now, the Polish government not has, but will invest about $2.5 billion in securing its borders with Poland, Belarus and Russia. So if you don't know, let me just draw this up. So obviously Poland borders Russia. If you didn't know, they're in Kaliningrad, which is this, and you got your Belarusian one. So Poland is looking to invest $2.5 billion securing this big border here, highlighted in yellow. So the statement of that was made obviously by the country's Prime Minister, Donald Tusk, and he will actually be moving troops also to the front line. So we can clearly see there's been a sharp increase of Polish and Belarusian and Russian relationships. So if the so now Poland is building up its borders between Russia and Belarus. So I'll keep you updated as always with it. And obviously we got some relief in news depending uh, if you support him or not. Um, the doctors of Fico, Robert Fico, the Prime Minister of Slovakia, the doctor has said Robert Fico's life is no longer under threat. So we can expect that he's going to make a full recovery, but as Viktor Orban said, the Prime Minister of Hungary, he said he won't be in office for another at least 7 months. So we could probably expect another Prime Minister taking over Slovakia. Probably someone who's in his party, someone's close to him. So I'll also keep you uh, noted on that. We've actually gotten reports from Paris that France is actually considering or will invite Russia to from the 80th anniversary of D-Day. France's decision to invite the Russian officials is a very big thing. This could possibly lead to more friendlier relations between Russia and France, but this is just a little news, non-scene news action. So France has invited Russia to the 80th anniversary of the D-Day landings. And we've got some interesting news coming from Britain, the UK, from London, from the British Defence Minister. He has quoted that the UK is not ready to conduct a full-scale war as the British Army has lost the appropriate skills and its strength is the smallest it's ever been since the last 300 years. Major General James Martin told the media. So not the Defence Minister, but Major General James Martin said this. So very interesting news coming from Britain. We have some pretty good news coming from Gaza for a change. The first humanitarian aid has arrived in Gaza through the temporary seaport in the north of Enclave, so somewhere around the coast. The first humanitarian aid, if you can see in this video, we can see trucks going with the humanitarian aid, and we can see it going by, and people seem to be chasing it because they're probably starving. So very sad news, but very comforting news that the world has not given up on Gaza, and it desperately needs food and humanitarian aid. So I'll keep you updated on that too. We got some more news coming from Bulgaria. It is this is quoted by the Bulgarian president. It is unacceptable that the continuation of this war and an impossible victory over Russia are presented as the only possible way out of this situation. So he's saying that it's ridiculous that the West is not accepting Russia's peace deal. The West wants Russia out of this highlighted red, the Ukrainian lands, plus Crimea. This is Crimea. Let me just highlight it for you, just a quick understanding. They want Russia to leave this area, which is absolutely impossible. The Russians have fought very, very hard for this of these lands, and Europe wants them to leave, and then they will accept peace, which is very, very, um, I guess, unmature. I guess I could say. So interesting news coming from Bulgaria. We got some interesting stuff coming from Moscow. Lavrov, which is the foreign international relations minister of Russia, I believe, he quoted that Europe will not be Russia's partner for at least one generation, which is wow, that's a long time. Europe will not become a Russian partner for at least one generation. This was stated by the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov during his speech at an Assembly Council of the Foreign and Defense Policy. So very big news coming from Lavrov. Uh, he doesn't see in the near future that uh, NATO and Russia will be able to happily trade with each other. So it's going to take some time to forgive and forget. One more point in Moscow, we can see in this video the test of the Russian unmanned boat. So Russia has now officially made the People's Unmanned Boats project, which has passed the test. Apparently, Russia says so. If you could see, like the Ukrainians did make these unmanned drones, navy drones that hit Russian ships and sunk them. Now the Russians have made their version, and it has officially passed the tests. If we can see in this video, massive explosion it causes. So this will be a very, very big problem for Ukraine and maybe NATO countries. So I'll keep you updated on that. So interesting news coming from Kiev. Volodymyr Zelensky, 5-year term ends on May the 20th, but we see that he has no plan to resign or call elections in the wartime. So officially, his legal power ends while I'm recording this on a Sunday, ends tomorrow. So very interesting news. I don't know what he's going to do. He probably is going to illegally extend his power 5-year term, but there's no election that's been told to the public. There's no nothing. So very, very interesting news. And um, when 20th of May passes, Zelensky will be officially on paper an illegitimate president of Ukraine. So interesting news. All right, now we're going to go into the front line. And the first news is coming from Vachansk. We have gotten numerous videos of Russian troops actually taken to the very end of the north of Vachansk. So if you can, let me just do this for us really quickly. So the Russians have expanded their their control all the way up to this point here, which is very, very big news for Russia. You can see now Russia has completely cut off Ukrainian supply on this end of the river, and the only ones left in northern Verchansk are these two bridges left, which can easily be destroyed, but I think Russia has a plan to cross over, and we have gotten reports that the first Russian troops have landed in southern Verchansk. So we have gotten reports that the Ukrainian forces were fighting. We don't know if with the Russians, but there was a guy who was recording that was geolocated around here. That the guy was become very careful, and he had a rifle, and he was looking over corners, and it was geolocated around here. So it's just we don't know yet, but Russians could have crossed the southern river into the southern part of Verchansk. So very interesting news coming from Verchansk. We gotten more news from Litolovia. Ukrainian sources have confirmed that Russian progress. If you can see that deep state maps have completely confirmed that all of this part of the town has been completely taken by Russian forces. So massive, massive update from the Russian army. It seems that the Russian army is gaining more gains every single day. So very, very interesting. So we can expect the combat line looks around about like this. So we can obviously count hours, days when this part of the city and this part will completely fall into Russian land, and then they can start advances to the next one in Karlivka and take these fortresses, and from there they can do pincers of attacks and cut off here, which will force the Ukrainians to completely abandon this sector. So if the Ukrainians keep if the Russians keep on pushing, then it's going to be very, very bad for the Ukrainians, and we can expect this part of the whole front line collapsing. So very, very bad news for Ukraine. Russian forces in Krasnohorivka have captured more areas of the tree lines here. If it allows me to edit it, yep, there we go. We can expect deep state maps have confirmed this, and numerous Russian sources have confirmed it, that we are probably looking at something like this. So the Russians have full on pushed on the outskirts, and there's going to be, we could probably even now they've crossed into the city and now going to collapse all of this front line. So very interesting news coming from that town. And that seems to be it for the whole entire video. I'm gonna do a quick check for anything I've missed. No, no, no. Okay, so this will be it for this video. I hope you've liked this. Give me tips in the comments if you want something to add. Do you want political updates last, or do you want the frontline updates first? Because this is non-scene news, I would like to do the non-scene news. That's the whole point of the channel. Because the daily media, Western media, no media is covering like how Russia's been invited and all these stuff which is happening around the world and the Polish border. So I will try and give you my best to keep you updated. And that will be the end of this video, and I hope you support the channel by liking, subscribing, maybe passing this channel to your friends, family, whoever would be interested to this. So thank you very much. I wish you luck from afar, and I hope you have a very beautiful day, wonderful day, in whatever time zone. So day or dark, I hope you have a good morning or good afternoon. So see ya. Goodbye.